in this video, it's going to be just a little bit more light-hearted than in my previous video. I guess this is about the third time I've tried to film this video now, and I stopped again because I went wrong. So try again. In this video, it's just a bit more light-hearted video than the previous one, which was quite a kind of deep when I was talking about Twitter and anxiety. In this video, I just wanted to ask you a question, really, and if you don't mind sharing in the comments, what sensory aids you use to manage your anxieties? Sensory aids, sensory toys, that sort of thing. Sensory aids, sensory toys that you use to manage your anxieties, or any other aspect of your experience being autistic or having related neurodevelopmental conditions or mental ill health, whatever you might experience, that helps you with your anxieties or just managing day-to-day life. I have a few sensory sort of things like plush stress balls, and things like I've got a squishmallow, which is really soft, that I like cuddle it, that I use to cuddle, but I use it for like deep pressure, because it's like really, really soft. And also what I like to do is I also place like a, like one of those extra soft plush stress balls, I like to place on top of it and press it, gives it even more pressure. But one thing I do like, and I've discovered I really like lately, is those sensory toys aimed at babies, the ones that you squeeze and make a squeaking sound. You can also get them. You can also use dog toys as well. Like toys aimed at dogs. But the only issue, I'm not so keen on the ones aimed at dogs, because you have to be a bit careful, because they don't tend to, like, some of the materials used I'm not sure about, because they don't use the same safety. I'm not, with my OCD, I'm a little bit careful around what materials I use, and I need to make sure they're non-toxic. Some like ones aimed at dogs are, but because they're not aimed at humans, like their safety might not be as kind of top. Like they're not CE marked, are they? And I only get things that have a CE label on them because I know that they're safe. You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit too OCD about that, but I'm someone who's a bit neurotic, so at least with the ones aimed at babies, that they're gonna meet your safety side of things. Like they're not gonna have any toxic materials in them and stuff. Because obviously they're designed for babies, so they're gonna be safe. You'd hope so. But yeah, like I'm saying, you can get ones aimed. You could also use dog toys if you wanted to, because they often like sell squeakers. But like I said, I prefer the baby ones because I know they're going to be safe and meet my requirements that are very strict. But yeah, the ones aimed at babies, there aren't actually, funny enough, because I was googling the other day because I just wanted to try out some different ones just to like see what might help with my anxiety, because I know they help me. But there don't seem to be that many like baby squeakers, which I'm surprised about, really, because I googled squeakers and most of the things that came up were aimed at dogs, like dog toys. There are some baby squeakers, like those peekaboo ones that are like rattles, that have like squeakers involved, but there aren't that many of them. But I did come across a few that I've bookmarked because I like to try them out, and they're not too expensive, and they sell them at they tend to be a bit cheaper than the ones aimed at adults, because some of the adult sensory toys are quite expensive. The ones at babies are often a bit cheaper. But yeah, they sell them at like the Early Learning Centre, and because baby toys aimed at babies and toddlers are very sensory based anyway, because babies and toddlers are exploring the world around them heavily with their senses. Like putting things in their mouths, squeezing things. It's all very sensory based, so that's how they learn. I like the rattle ones that make a little rattling noise, because I don't know what it is. It's like that feedback, but it just makes me feel less stressed. I don't know what it is. I don't just want to squeeze stuff. I want to have something that has a sound. Do you know what I mean? That's why I was wondering if any of you have any sensory toys or things that you use that you might want to share, because I'd be really interested to know, just because it'll help me kind of find things that I might not know exist and have a look. What do you use? Everyone's got different sensory preferences. I prefer, if I'm using stress balls, I prefer them to be like plush and very, very soft, because I'm not quite so keen on those hard ones, the ones that are a little bit more hard and that you can't press so much. I like them to be quite soft and squeezy. What else? It's gone from my head now. Yeah, sensory toys. Yeah, by the way, I think it is quite common for adults to use toys, baby sensory toys, because I actually googled it because I was just curious to find out. Because I think, is this a thing, you know? But apparently it is a thing, says Google. It is common for adults, particularly those with autism and ADHD and mental ill health, to use baby sensory toys because, well, that's what Google says anyway. So I was like, yeah. Sometimes I just like to find out if other people do it as well. Is this a thing? Or is it just a sign of me being weird? But you know, you do you. It's not harming anyone. Some people find baby sensory toys, help them with anxiety. So you know. So that was one thing I wanted to ask. The other thing, I just wanted to let you know a few videos I have planned. One of the videos I have planned is I would like to read you a book called A Horse Named Now, which I've ordered, but it hasn't yet arrived. And I'm looking forward to receiving it. And it's a book about how to manage anxiety. It's aimed at kids, but it seems a nice story. I've heard it being read on YouTube, and that's why I went and got it. So I'd like to read that to camera at some point because it might help some of you with your anxiety. It's a mindfulness-based book. That's one thing. The other thing I'm interested in is Kawaii. I really, really like Kawaii. Kawaii. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Kawaii. It's a Japanese concept. K-A... Is that how to pronounce it? I don't know how you spell it. Kawaii. I won't attempt to spell it. I think I know how to write it, but I can't remember how to spell it. You know, just at the top of my head. Kawaii, and I might not be pronouncing it right. But it's the Japanese concept of cute. So think things like Hellokitty, Miffy, that sort of thing. Moomins, anything that's basically cute, and little and diminutive. Is kawaii, and there's often in sort of pastel colours as well, like cute, innocent, kind of rather childlike colours. Yeah, kawaii. Let me know if any of you like that like aesthetic. Let me know because I really do. It's just very pleasing to look at on a kind of it makes me feel good, you know, looking at it. It's all innocent and cute. I went down a Miffy tunnel the other day. I got a bit fixated. Miffy, you know, for Dutch, it was a Dutch story. I think it's 1955 it first came out. There's a whole range of books, you know. I read them when I was a kid, must have done, but I kind of forgotten about it. And I was like, oh yeah, Miffy. And I went a bit down this tunnel the other day. Got a bit fixated, as you do. It's like a cute little female rabbit, but it's all kind of like minimalistic. And I like the art, and it's just very kind of kawaii as well. Similar to Hellokitty, but it's a Dutch brand, Dutch author. I can't even remember his name now. Whereas Hellokitty's Japanese. But Miffy is very popular in Japan, though. Yeah. I think it's really cool. Let me know if any of you are into kawaii, and also if you are into kawaii, what kawaii stuff you like. Do you collect kawaii stuff? Just be interested to know. Like, just share your interest if you are, because I have a feeling that there might be others who are into that sort of thing. I got very fixated the other day, and I think this is what happens when I'm very anxious, because I've got a lot of anxiety in my life at the moment because I've got very stressful OCD-inducing things coming up, and when I get when a lot of OCD things are coming up, I get more and more fixated on things. I think it's my way of coping, because it kind of distracts me from the OCD. You know, it distracts me from the OCD. Because I kind of it displaces the OCD as I'm kind of fixating instead, very narrow, on something else. Then that displaces the OCD. The problem is that then that can become very obsessive. I can't do things by halves. What starts as a coping strategy, in that it displaces the OCD, can then become very intense. Like the other day, I really wanted to carry on watching my Cotswolds Way videos, which I do in the evening. It's part of my routine at the moment, where I watch Cotswold Way episodes every evening before I go to bed, where this man, it's called Dave's Walks, by the way, and yes, one of you said, did it go up to the thunderstorm when I was a kid? There's an epic thunderstorm near Broadway, because we did part of the Cotswold Way when I was a kid, and there was an epic thunderstorm. One of you asked, did the man go up to that place? And yes, he did, and it was really interesting to see the parts of Cotswolds Way I was familiar with as a kid, particularly the part where there was a big thunderstorm. But anyway, yeah, I watch these videos before I go to bed, because because they don't have music, they don't have a commentary or anything. It's just this guy walking, and it's all nature, and I just find it quite calming. And it's all in about, I can't remember how many episodes there are, because the Cotswolds Way is 100 miles. The Cotswolds are a beautiful part of England, by the way. If you're not in England and you're not aware of what I'm talking about, say you're in America or elsewhere, the Cotswolds is a beautiful part of England, really picturesque. And the Cotswolds Way is this public walkway that goes through the Cotswolds Way. It's 100 miles, and it would take a very long time to walk the whole of it. So this man, on Dave's Walks on YouTube, it's called Dave's Walks, he walks the Cotswolds Way and films himself walking it. You don't see him or anything, you just see what he sees, like all the scenery and everything, and it's just really nice. So that's part of my routine at the moment before I go to bed. But the other day I was intending to watch it, but then I started going down this Miffy tunnel, and I couldn't stop fixating on Miffy, so again I couldn't fulfil that part of my routine, which is a bit annoying, but I was fixating on Miffy, and it happens. But anyway, I just wanted to share that, so thank you for watching.